Hello everyone, I'm Mohana from BVRIT Hyderabad College of Engineering for Women. I, along with my teammates Shanmita and Vandana, worked on high value customers identification for an e commerce company. This project is all about customer retention. As a business grows in size, it is imperative that they not only invest in acquiring new customers but also in customer retention. So, the main goal of this project is to identify the right number of customer segments, provide the number of customers who are highly valued, and to identify the clustering algorithm that gives maximum accuracy. We also worked on getting a big picture of the dataset that I'll be explaining later. In this project, we use k-means k-means and hierarchical clustering to segment customers into retail and wholesale high and low valued groups. The dataset contains eight attributes, namely invoice number, stock code, description, quantity, invoice date, unit price, customer ID, and country. So now let's proceed with the demonstration of the code. So first of all, we need to set the working directory, and we can verify the same using the get working directory, and then we can load the required libraries. But before loading the libraries, we have to install the following packages and packages, and after installation might take few minutes, and you might even be prompted to relaunch RStudio. We can run session.info to verify that the required packages got installed correctly. Then we can proceed with the reading the file. Here, the dataset exists in the current working directory. You can try other methods, like you can directly load the dataset into RStudio. Uh, so this is the structure of the data. There are eight attributes. Quantity is of integer type, unit price is of float type, and rest all are of character type. We plotted the graph for visualizing the missing values. 25% of the data doesn't contain customer IDs. Without customer IDs, we cannot determine and interpret high valued customers, so we can omit these records. Then we plotted for the after omitting, we plotted for the missing data again, and it shows zero, like 0%. We performed a few transformations here. We converted the date variable into appropriate class, which is the date class, and we computed the line total. So extra line total column is added. So it which is 6 into and 2.55, that gives 15.30. We plotted for the day analysis. Here, see, it appears as though the sales are trending up, so that's a good sign. We also plotted for the country summary. Apart from UK, even Netherlands, Ireland, Germany, France, Australia are making a good revenue. Um, Basically, here we are transforming the transactional data set into customer data set. So if we by simple mutate and group by function. Here we have four columns: customer ID, country, total revenue, and total items sold. Um, so a few customers are residents of two countries in the same year. Such data contributes to very less percentage of the data, so it can be removed to ensure correct functionality for working with data. The graph here shows the majority of sales occupying the space near the 0 points of the graph, with a few exceptions that seem to buy huge quantities with little revenue, and or a handful items with massive revenue. So most of the standard clustering algorithms are not directly applicable to categorical data. In this data set, we have a categorical variable which is country. We cannot perform label encoding as countries cannot be ranked. If we tend to perform one hot encoding, this would additionally create 37 columns. This increases the dimensionality of the space, which while we can use PCA on binary data, that does not mean a good thing, especially for one hot encoded data. PCA is designed for continuous variables. For this reason, country column is omitted. We might also disregard the customer ID column in customer data, as IDs are independent and are identically distributed. So we are left out with two columns, which is the total revenue and the total items sold. So we looked for the outliers and eliminated the outliers. And before applying the clustering algorithms, we scaled the data. Then we applied k-means with centers 3 and initial configurations with 25 initial configurations. So here, we obtained a total intra-cluster variation of 1,368. Total intra-cluster variation can be all is also known as total within cluster sum of squares. It is often here 527 customers are identified as highly valued. It is often advantageous to use several different values of k and examine the differences in the results. We executed the same process for 2, 4, 5 clusters and 2, 4, 5 centers, and the results are shown here. We used elbow method to determine the optimal number of clusters. Total within sum of squares measures the compactness of the clustering, and we want it as smaller as possible. So from here we can say that optimal number of clusters in k-means is 3, with 527 customers are identified as highly valued. Why 3? Because from 3 the graph, like the line goes almost linear. We also performed hierarchical clustering. First, we compute the dissimilarity and feed values with dist, and feed values to H cluster. Here we assessed different agglomerative hierarchical clustering, and that is a complete linkage, average, and what. For all these methods, we obtain agglomerative coefficients. This coefficient identifies strong clustering structures. The what method is identified as strongest clustering structure of the four methods assessed, because it is very close to one. If we cut the dendrogram at 3, then 700 customers are identified as highly valued. Similar to how we determine optimal number of clusters with k-means clustering, we executed approaches similar approaches for hierarchical clustering. We can conclude that the optimal number of clusters for the e-commerce data set is 3 in case of hierarchical clustering, with 700 customers identified as highly valued. The results of both the clustering algorithms are almost similar. Many of the popular methods used for determining the optimal number of clusters, such as k-means, are based on within sum of squares. If we were to consider this metric, we obtained a total sum of squares of 1,368 for in case of k-means, and 1,522 in case of hierarchical clustering. Lower WSS indicates a better fit, so we can conclude that k-means clustering algorithm resulted better, and 527 customers are identified as highly valued. This is not everything. There are other metrics to explore and be evaluated. In practice, we can try several different choices and look for one with the most useful solution. There is no single right answer. Any solution that exposes some interesting aspects of the data should be considered. Thank you.